Alright, y'all. Back at it again for another video. Today we're going to be talking about some unfortunate news. It was announced, I think today or yesterday, that the film director Taika Waititi, if I'm saying his last name correctly, is going to be the director for the new upcoming Judge Dredd film. They had also Drew Pearce apparently is penning the script with him. This right now, as of now, I'm recording this video. The project doesn't actually have a studio backing it, but they're looking for potential studios to fund the film, with some producers and people like Taika and other people attached, thinking about the idea of basically the film being a launch point for a Judge Dredd cinematic universe. Um, so yeah, this is all kind of breaking news, and just wanted to give my quick thoughts. No, man. No, no, no. I am personally thinking this is a horrific decision. Um, like I said, I like Taika Waititi as a director. He's made some very good movies. Like, he made Thor Ragnarok. Very solid film. He made Jojo Rabbit. One of my favorite films of all time, period. A fantastic movie. He made the one vampire show about vampires, I think Into the Shadows. I think that's what it's called. Could be mistaken, but I remember that being pretty good. And I think he did a film about like soccer. I haven't seen that, but I also saw Love and Thunder. And I think he's a very solid director once you give him the right style and like the right adaptation to do. I know for a while, like, Taika was attached to various projects. I think he was supposed to do an Akira movie at one point, which I think he would have done a fine job at, but that project ultimately never happened. And then I know he was supposed to he was attached to do an adaptation of The Inkle, just one of my favorite graphic novels of all time. I think he would have been perfect for that. But, like I said, that project most likely canceled. We haven't heard any news about that for years. So that being said, this announcement to me, I don't think it's good. Taika Waititi's got a very unique style, the way he makes things, his sense of humor. And Judge Dredd too, and as a character, his world, it's a very serious, dark, satirical world, right? There can be comedy in there, but it like mostly is deadpan comedy from Dredd, right? It's kind of like a RoboCop situation with the Judge Dredd universe. Now, I'll admit I'm not the hugest expert. I've read some of the comics and I've seen both of the movies. But Judge Dredd, to me, when I think of him, Taika Waititi does not come to mind. I feel like his style would be horrible for a Judge Dredd movie. I would be extremely worried because I think he's going to make this thing super comedic. He's going to make it packed with jokes. And in my opinion, Dredd is not that. Dredd is not something just to make a laugh at and, oh, he looks kind of goofy and all this, Not some rock monster in the movie as well saying, oi, mate. That's not Dredd, bruh. And the thing is, I think that we should have learned by now. I mean, Judge Dredd from the 90s with Sylvester Stallone is not a great movie. It was a step in the wrong direction for the character. It wasn't horrible. They tried to make it like a funny kind of movie and they toned down the violence. Not a horrible movie, but kind of a misstep in the character, right? And then we had the film from 2012. Sadly, financially was not successful, but amazing movie. That film completely understood what Judge Dredd was. A violent cop in a world where criminals run rampant. No bullshit, just shooting people and full-on quarter action. Like I said, that film perfectly captured Dredd for me. The only sad thing is that film was never successful enough, and they're never making a sequel to it. Now, for a long time, there's been talks about doing like a TV show, which I don't think is a bad idea at all. I think Dredd could be a cool TV show, but it seems like they switched back and they're doing it as a movie. I just think personally, this is not a good idea. I don't think he should be attached to do this. I don't know what to say about the writer. I don't know him really I don't really know the writer who's penning the screenplay for this thing too well. But like I said, the director, nope. I think it's the wrong choice. I feel like they need to get somebody else to direct this movie. And it's kind of curious too. This film doesn't actually have any studio backing it. They're looking for bidders. They're looking for bids from studios. I'm very curious who was going to want to fund this thing because I just think it's the wrong choice. I just feel like I have nothing hugely against Taika Waititi. I feel like he could be great in other types of films that he can do, but I feel like in a Judge Dredd movie, he would not do a good job, at least in my opinion. So yeah, just wanted to make a quick video, kind of getting my frustration out on some very unfortunate news. That's all I gotta say. Peace, y'all.